So, what's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another video. It's gonna be an interesting one today. It's just gonna be one where I really go in hard on WWE 2K. Now, I did a video the other day where I really kind of went in quite heavy on WWE 2K and basically said that they need to fix their game. Because right now, wwe2k24 is what can only be described as a broken mess. It is basically unplayable at the moment. There's so many problems with the game that shouldn't be occurring. Like, there's so many problems that shouldn't even be in the game. But a lot of these problems have appeared because of the patches that 2K brought out for the game. They've tried to fix things, but ended up breaking other things in the game. Now, obviously, there's a lot of, frustration with 2K at the moment. It's just that I think there are a lot of 2K players at the moment, myself included. It feels like 2K don't care about fixing the issues that need to be fixed with their game, basically. It feels like all they care about is taking people's money. Simple as that. It really doesn't get any worse than that at the moment. I don't know what else to say. I wish there was something more positive that I could say about the way that the game is, the way that 2K24 is right now, but there just isn't anything positive that I can really say about it. There just isn't really anything good that I can say about the game right now. I wish I could be, more positive about the way the game is at the moment and, really kind of say that I think the game is decent. I mean, it was decent in the first few months it came out, but it's not as good now because a lot of the patches that have come out have really messed a lot of things up. Obviously you would have seen that it was recently announced that the 2K servers are going to be shutting down for WWE 2K23 on the 30th of September. So what that basically means is that after the 30th of September, all of the online services for 2K23 will be unavailable. And that involves things like, obviously, online matches, community creations for WWE 2K23 will also be unavailable. You will no longer be able to download anything from 2K23 community creations. Which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. I mean, it's interesting because they're actually shutting the servers down a bit earlier this time, because last time with WWE 2K22, the servers didn't actually shut down until January of this year. So it's interesting how obviously in January the servers for WWE 2K22 were shut down. And then next month, obviously the end of next month, the servers for WWE 2K23 will be shut down for good. You won't be able to play online anymore with WWE 2K23 as the servers are done. Well, they will be done from the 30th of September. So, bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Just goes to show that 2K have probably started getting ready now for WWE 2K25, because that's only. Where are we now? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I mean, we're only about 7 months away now from seeing WWE 2K25. We know it's been mentioned that the game is going to be releasing in its usual window, which is the WrestleMania season, and it is still going to be a March release, which is good news. I mean, obviously, I'm in two minds about whether I'm going to buy 2K. Because at the moment, I don't know if I really want to give 2K any of my money. Because I don't deserve to, I think at the end of the day, as I said in the video I put out the other day when I was talking about 2K and the problems with WWE 2K24, I was saying I wish that people weren't, I thought, I just said, I was just thinking that, I was saying that I thought that if people stopped buying WWE 2K24 and stopped putting money into my faction or whatever else, and stopped buying the DLCs for the game, 2K might sit up and might be more likely to actually fix the issues that do need to be fixed with the game. But I think, it feels like all 2K really care about, is basically the money that's coming in, obviously, from the sales of the DLC, the sales of the game in general. The drama I had the other day, the other day I emailed 2K support, and I told them about what's going on with, the issue I've had at the moment, where when I have, basically custom attires, or I should say alternate attires set for CM Punk. Every time I try to use him, the game crashes. Now, they asked me to, obviously they never said, they kept, asking me to, saying, oh, have you tried this, have you tried that? I tried everything I could think of to, kind of solve that problem. I done a hard reset on the PlayStation. I did, I reset the game database. So I basically emptied the hash, the PlayStation hash. Whatever that does. I deleted the game and reinstalled it. I've done that countless times. Over the past few days, been deleting it and re-downloading it, and it's just not solving the problem. I also deleted my save data for the game, obviously, and then re-downloaded it. But nothing seems to be solving the problem. And it felt like 2K weren't willing to accept that it was a problem with their game. It felt like they were saying that it was a problem with my console. That's what it felt like they were saying. It felt like they were saying that it wasn't a problem, or they were trying to say that it wasn't a problem with their game, which actually it is a problem with their game. They asked me to send a video clip of the issue that I'm experiencing with the game, so I did that. I took a short video and I've sent that into 2K as well, so they can see what's going on there and get a better idea of what the issue that I'm having. And they've said that they will now send that on to the relevant team that can actually deal with that. I'm not expecting anything to come of that. They've said that they will pass this on to the relevant team, and they'll let the relevant team deal with the issue that I've been experiencing. It's more exhibition matches that are the problem. I just don't know what to... I'd love to try and be positive about WWE 2K24, but I just don't feel like I can really be positive about it at the moment. Obviously, what with this and, what with the Pat McAfee DLC, I still don't get why 2K released that DLC, because nobody asked for that. Nobody before the game was asking for, to have the Pat McAfee show hosts in the game. Nobody wanted that, I just hope that, I just think that when it comes to DLCs, I feel like 2K should listen more to what people want with the DLC, and not just add what they think people would want. Did they really think people would want a DLC that had a DLC featuring a load of Pat McAfee hosts? The only decent thing about that DLC was that we now have Pat McAfee in the game. And in fairness, it's actually quite fun to play with Pat McAfee actually in WWE 2K24. I will admit that. I like the game. I'm impressed with the new match types that with some of the match types that have been brought back. Hopefully we see more done with the special guest referee. I hope that in WWE 2K25 we can do a special guest referee in trios matches or tag team matches and things like that. That would be really, that would be so cool. As well, obviously right now with WWE 2K24, you can only have a special guest referee in singles matches. But there's a way for 2K to really improve on that for their next game. And I think, I'd be very interested to see what they do 2K Showcase wise. I mean, I didn't think the 2K Showcase for WWE 2K24 was all that bad, but it's not one of the better ones they've done. I think the best 2K Showcase for me, I have to give it to 2K Night to either. I think it would have to go to either the Daniel Bryan showcase for WWE 2K19 or the Stone Cold Steve Austin showcase for WWE 2K16. I think those two always stand out for me as being two of the best showcase modes that we've had in 2K games. I feel like there's so much that 2K can improve on with WWE 2K25. The servers are the main thing that needs to be improved. As the servers are crap, for 2K24, it has to be said. Obviously with 2K25, the big question is it going to come out for the just for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, or is it going to be coming out for last gen consoles as well, that being the PS4 and Xbox One? No, I don't know. I am expecting all consoles, obviously the last gen and current gen consoles, to actually get a WWE 2K25. I'd be very surprised if 2K decided not to release 2K25 for the PS4 and Xbox One. But I also think that wouldn't be a bad thing, really, if they didn't release it for the PS4 and Xbox One. I think that would be a positive thing to think about. There are a lot of legends I'd love to see in the game, names like Ray Harley, I think would be a huge addition. Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, that would be cool. AJ Lee, imagine AJ Lee in a wrestling game, in another 2K game, that would be huge. But probably not likely. There's so many names that I can think of that haven't been in a 2K, have never actually been in a 2K game that I would love to see in a 2K game. Obviously, I'm thinking maybe next year's 2K Showcase will be based on Bray Wyatt. I think that would be, awesome if we get a Bray Wyatt DLC, if we get a Bray Wyatt 2K Showcase. I think there'll be a lot of Bray Wyatt stuff next year. We'll probably see the Bray Wyatt Hall of Fame induction next year as well. So it'll be, it'd be good to see him get a 2K Showcase, but it would be like, what matches would you have as part of that showcase? I wouldn't mind seeing them include the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Now, imagine being able to play a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match in WWE 2K24, 2K25. That would be quite fun. But I don't know if 2K will add that. I'm not 100% confident they would add that into the game. I would love to see matches like the Inferno match, Combat, or a Night Quit match. Now, we've seen Night Quit matches obviously on TV this year. We've seen Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles in a Night Quit match. Obviously you don't see Night Quit matches all that often on TV, but they're still used. We still see Night Quit matches from time to time, so it would make sense for them to bring that match back and make that match available again for players for 2K25. As I said, I'm still very unsure as to whether I'm going to buy WWE 2K25. As I said, I'm not sure I want to give 2K my money at the moment. When you think about how much WWE 2K24 is, and it's not even that good. I admit I was a little bit harsh in my previous video when I said that WWE 2K24 was giving WWE 2K20 a run for its money. I was angry that, a lot of the things I said in that previous video were said kind of purely out of anger and frustration with regards to 2K. I felt like I was angry. I felt a bit angry and a bit frustrated because it felt like 2K were fobbing me off a little bit, and I was, with regards to, regards to complaints and stuff, it felt like I was getting fobbed off a little bit, which is a big part of the reason why I was so angry. you know, but there will never be a game that was as bad as WWE 2K20. You know, I don't even think WWE 2K24 comes close to ever being as bad as being as bad as WWE 2K20 was. You know, I don't think there'll ever be a game that will ever come close to being as bad as WWE 2K20. Like, WWE 2K20 is in a league of its own when it comes to bad wrestling games. You know, when I think about the issues that we're seeing with WWE 2K24, I think a lot of the issues we saw with WWE 2K20 were, you know, a hell of a lot worse than anything we've seen in WWE 2K24. You know, yeah, you know, some of the issues that are present in the game at the moment aren't like frustrating, and you know, I hear that, but there's not really anything that can be done at the moment with regards to that. I'd like to say there is, but there just isn't really. There's not really anything that can be done for that game at the moment. There's not really anything they can do. We just have to hope that when the next patch comes out, things are it will improve quite a few things and make things better for 2K. I'm not going to stop playing WWE 2K23 even when the servers go down. I'll still play the 2K games even though the servers are down, even when the servers are taken down. Because I still like going back and playing the old WWE games, you know. I still have a lot of love for WWE 2K19. You know, that for me would always be one of my favourite WWE 2K games. I mean, yeah, the soundtrack was a little bit arse. I mean, the whole blow my mind. I mean, that gets a bit annoying. Listening to that song, that's the only song I actually despised, you know, on the 2K soundtrack. But there was, you know, everything about 2K19 was so good. It was a really solid game. You know, at the time we didn't know what was ahead, you know, what lay ahead for the 2K series. Obviously, we didn't realise how bad WWE 2K20 was going to be, you know, hence why the 2K19 servers remained up for as long as they did. Because so many people went back to playing WWE 2K19 because WWE 2K20 was so horrifically bad. You know, I remember the first day of 2020, New Year's Day, nobody could even play the game. Like, nobody could even play WWE 2K20 because every time they tried to access one of the game modes, the game crashed. But there was a way for players to actually resolve that problem. All players on the PlayStation had to do was reset their date settings back to 2019. Then they would be able to play the game without any issues. But Xbox players weren't able to do that, so they had to wait for the next patch to come out before they could even play 2K20 again. Because it was it broke. You know, it broke. I mean, the DLC for that game was garbage. You know, the flipping 2K Originals DLCs, like, who the fuck came up with that? You know, those DLC packs were way worse than the Pat McAfee DLC pack by a fine margin. I mean, yeah, the Pat McAfee DLC pack kind of fits in the, sort of in the bracket of, you know, historically bad DLC. I mean, I don't know WWE 2K19, WWE 2K19 and just how good the DLC was for that game. I didn't have any issues with when it came to with the DLC for 2K19. You know, I thought the DLC lineup was pretty good that year. We had superstars like EC3, Bobby Lashley, you know, High was a new addition, I believe. Candice LeRae as well added in that game. I like 2K18's DLC where they brought back the Hardy Boys for the first time. I mean, the Hardy Boys were a very welcome addition back to 2K18. Anchor as well made its return in that game. I mean, 2K24, I think, you know, it's not a god-awful game by any fine margins, but there's just a lot of room for improvement from 2K. And I hope that, you know, I just wish they would show that they care more about fixing the issues that need to be fixed. You know, and I just wish they would stop fobbing people off and actually deal with the game, fix the game. That's all people want. All anybody wants is for 2K to actually fix their broken piece of crap game. That's all anyone wants, is to see 2K fix their game and actually make the game better. And, you know, make the game more playable, more enjoyable for players. Because right now, 2K24 just isn't that enjoyable. Because the gameplay kind of sucks for me at the moment. The gameplay is kind of arse at the moment, to be honest. The game is broken. You know, it's a broken mess right now. But I know I said before that I didn't think 2K24 would be saved. But I do think it is a broken mess that maybe maybe could be saved if 2K actually do the right thing and actually release a patch that actually resolves a lot of the problems that are currently visible in 2K19, 2K24 rather. But the most hilarious thing is, like, every time they release a new patch for the game, it ends up breaking something and something ends up going wrong. It's just hilarious. You know, I mean, it kind of reminds me of FIFA a lot of the time. Because FIFA release a lot of, EA Sports, every time they release a new patch, it seems that something goes wrong. Or it seems that new bugs and glitches start appearing in the EAFC games. Same with the FIFA games. You know, and it's just hilarious, you know. But I think there's a lot that they need to improve on with 2K24, and you know, hopefully they do improve on the things that need to be improved and fix the things that need to be fixed. But all we as the 2K player, all we as the 2K players can do is just complain about it and say that we don't, and say that we want the game to be fixed. But, you know, we just have to hope that 2K actually start doing the right thing and actually start showing the players they care and actually start fixing the issues that need to be fixed. And I really hope that they do start, fixing the things that need to be fixed. You know, I have to say, I really want to see things get fixed, but I don't think things are going to get fixed anytime soon. So thank you for watching this video where I kind of went in hard on wwe2k24. I know I've been fairly critical of my previous opinions. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously over the next sort of weeks and months. I am really looking forward to the next DLC that comes out for wwe2k24 in September on the September 19th, I think. That's going to be a really cool DLC. There won't be anything for players to be unhappy about there, I'm sure. I mean, players have done well to kind of hold out the last few weeks, since that horrendous DLC came out last month. But obviously we've got another brilliant DLC coming out next month, so we've got something to be excited about. But, us 2K players, we've got something to be excited about. Good DLC coming out next month. I'm looking forward to that one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for another one very, very soon. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye bye.